These guys take a licking and keep on ticking. Yeah, and you guys keep a licking and keep on coming back. Or what? You're getting licked? No. Hey, what's up? Got the NFC Championship game on in the background. I just saw JSN take one crazy shot. And hey, those guys do something that you or I couldn't do. Because quite honestly, if I took a hit some of these professionals do, I think I would be off work, maybe going to the hospital. So hey, yeah, I hope all you guys are staying warm. Not really much going on in the world, especially in the United States, right? It's been pretty quiet. I wish we had something to talk about. But yours truly got to work out in some mind-numbingly frigid temps, like negative 35 below real feel. And hey, whatever. It's weather, boring. Yeah, I just did an episode of The Deep End today with our friends, Mr. Ryan Williams and Ari Gutman. I always want to say Gutman, but yeah, funny that some of you, Janice and Shannon, that you guys listened to that. So it was fun. We have a strange not off-brand. I almost said off-putting. I hope to God it's not off-putting. Just a strange little different way of doing things here. I see things in the world and it reminds me of investing. But you guys, I want to know what you're doing. What are you buying in the crazy world that we live in now? I see that, Michael, you're buying Microsoft, right? They've been down. I haven't looked up Newt. We'll look up Newt in a minute too, because I don't know off the top of my head without looking. But I don't think that's Newell Brands. I think is it? No, that's not Newell Brands. And yeah, Matt, we'll look up Hess Midstream for you. So yeah, I'm glad you guys liked it. It was fun. And it's funny, I was texting with Ryan afterwards, and yeah, I'd love your guys' feedback on the episode. Honest thoughts, constructive thoughts, right? Is how Chris, you're one of those guys. He wears shorts in the winter. I went to high school with a few guys that were like that. Just always wear shorts no matter what. It doesn't matter the temperature. But I texted Ryan and I said, man, I wonder if we should have been more tactical, said more tactical things, but it's really easy to do, just to hang out and talk, right? So I'm glad you guys listened to it, and it was fun, easy to do. I just turn on the camera, sit here and talk, right? Oh, Michael, you're in Nevada too. Whereabouts in Nevada? Are you somewhere near? All I really know, everything in relation to Vegas is yeah, thanks. The interview with Ryan and Ari. You thought I was going off the rails with the Fox urine conversation, but you ended up tying it in at the end. Yeah, I know, right? That's a weird one, but hey, I can't control what I think of in my brain. It's what comes in, and it reminded me of investing and people that are touchdown JSN. Look at that. People that are involved with these crazy high yields and think it's safe. So anyway, Alan, I'm trying to sum of your guys' names. And let old Ben bought some Intuit and Microsoft. All right, that's 2 Microsofts this week. Very interesting. Hey, Jace, what's up, man? You're all the way down there in Australia, right? Is it your lunch break? Lunchtime, right? That's funny. Chris, I sold my 5 shares of Uber too, right? I bought those as a starter position, and I don't know. I got it at $79.50. I think I sold it at 82 or 83.50. I don't remember what it was, but I made a few bucks per share. And I don't know. It just never really stuck. It never really hit. And I don't know. Can they really get much bigger? They're talking about going into freight. So Netflix too, that's been coming down quite a bit. So where's it going to end? I don't know. I'd really love to get Netflix in the, potentially if it gets there, I guess I would be very interested in the 70s, maybe 60s. And some people think it's going to get there. It did go up a whole hell of a lot. Oh, what's up? Sir Dude, that's right. Watching it. They put it on YouTube too. I forget about that. I like it, man. Alid, I'll drink to that. Alid is a Welsh name. Al and Ed, 2 syllables. All right. So, are you guys at all? I don't know. It's I feel like the elephant in the room, right? I just saw the odds. The government shutdown is now at 80%. It just jumped because here in the United States, right, the next round of government funding, I think, because I was reading, there's provisions in there for immigration and customs enforcement. Which if you live in the United States, you can't. It's hard to escape the news, and it's unfortunate what happened twice in Minneapolis, and I'm right in the middle on it. I don't like it, but I think I was talking it over with my wife, and we both came to the same conclusion is that, you know, I don't want to get political here, but if law enforcement is telling you, giving you a very serious directive, I think you got to follow it. Even if you're 100% in the right, that will be figured out later, and that's what we have the courts for. I don't think it's ever ended well if somebody has tried to fight with law enforcement, or do you know what I'm saying? So that could roil the markets, that it looks like we're going to have another government shutdown. So yeah, without getting political, at least on Kalshi and what's the other one? Kalshi and Polymarket. Those ones that it's 80%, or I think it's over 80% now, that the odds of a government shutdown here in a week or two, whatever it's going to be, is jumped up. So, hey, that might be enough to send some people selling, right? Running for the exits. And those are the best times when things go on sale, right? You don't run away from a sale. Yeah, I love seeing what you guys are buying here. Sir Dude, you bought $7,500 worth of Broadcom. Wow. You're still going for that Broadcom. You guys probably heard me talk about that on the Deep End podcast, where it's hard for me because it's all about being tribal. And I don't know if you guys do this, but we were speaking about, right, politics. People pick a side, sports teams. And I know in the past when I said I am 100% a dividend investor, and that caused me to miss opportunities, right? What did I miss because of that? I missed, either companies like Amazon or Meta, Alphabet, Tesla. They didn't pay a dividend. So I said, yeah, I ain't gonna go for that. Not trying to hear any of this noise. But then it cost me. Also with companies like I wanted to get into with the chicken, which I put on the cover of the thumbnail, is sorry, craziness going on here at the big football game. But you see, you can't distract yourself from things, but it's okay. We're professionals here. I'm anointing myself a professional, and we'll get through it. Anyway, I don't know. I was going somewhere good with that, I think. But I missed Broadcom. That's what it was. I missed Costco, which there's a lawsuit, which now seems trivial over things that just transpired. But yeah, Costco is being sued because they say that their claim of the rotisserie chicken being all natural is not indeed mind-blowing and shockingly not all natural. So Ferguson. Yeah, Jay, we can look at Ferguson, but I missed Costco, and I would joke that the dividend yield was microscopically small. You literally needed a microscope to see NVIDIA's dividend, Costco's dividend. But hey, Costco was in the low 400s when I said that, and then the damn thing's up over 1,000 at one point. And I'm like, oh, good thing I bought more AT&T and Verizon back then, and not Costco. So. But this is how we learn. There's always going to be opportunities. Yeah, we can look at other J. Mr. J Ortiz, Ferguson, and BAP. I mean, we can look quick. And, a lot of these companies. So I saw somebody ask the question, Shannon, I think I'm reading this now. right? Jim Cramer, How to Make Money in Any Market. And say what you will about Jim Cramer, but the guy's been involved in Wall Street for over 40 years. Is he perfect? No. Yeah, he's had some right calls. And anyway, in this book, his whole thing is he doesn't want people to just solely invest in index funds. He thinks that investors are being scared and they're being, I don't know if he said lied to, but I think the way his thing goes is that you should put about half of your investment portfolio in an index fund like the S&P 500, and then you should pick 4 to 5 companies, individual stocks that you feel you understand and have a moat around them, and they have good prospects of keeping increasing their revenue, which is their sales, the cash flow, and the business, the moat that they have. So you own 50% index funds, broad-based, low cost, 5 individual stocks, and then 1 home run, I think is called the hero stock, something like that, where you're looking for the rocket ship. And, we'll see. We'll see as I get through the book. I just started it Friday evening, and Vasco thinks there's another train coming, but the focus is solely on dividends. But if the downturn happens, I'll start a secondary portfolio and growth. We'll see. Hey, there's always drawdowns and pullbacks. And I'm laughing because even if we're getting to the point where if there was, say, a 30% drawdown, it would be to a level where I was buying and I'm like, well, this market feels overvalued, right? It was the worst experience in the stock market that I wish I knew more about. Yeah, I think I kind of went over it, just being very tribal, painting myself into a corner, saying dividends only. If it doesn't pay a dividend, I'm not even going to pay attention to it. That was not good. Yeah, tough loss for my Bears, dude. What a game. You guys should have seen me when at the end, like it looked like it was over, and then that last play, it's just, oh my God, talk about nuts. I was, like everybody else, that was the Bears yelling and screaming. I couldn't believe it. I was like, anyway, yeah. Unfortunately, DJ Moore looks like he gave up on the route, and without getting more into it, hey, there's always next year, right? Oh, actually, I can tie that into investing because my daughter, who's 18, she's learning about football. We watched the Bills and the Bears last Saturday and Sunday. And on their final drives, even if you don't watch football, this will make sense. I had told her that both teams control their season in overtime. They control their destiny. All they had to do was score points, field goal, touchdown, game over, go on to the next round. Both teams couldn't do it. And when we invest, it's kind of like that. We control our destiny by the stocks we pick, obviously not how they perform. And that's the rub, right? That's the hard part. So anyway, in this book, Jim Cramer, he says he's going to show how to pick those stocks and how to find the companies, right? Even if there's one thing I can take away from this that helps me be a better investor, that's kind of how I go into it. I know some people, I'm sure some people would drop out as soon as you say the name Jim Cramer. People get upset at it. But the saying is that everybody has something to teach you. Sometimes they don't know it. So it's up to you to find out what that thing is. But if I can learn one thing from every book I read that helps me be a better investor or a better person, I think it was well worth the price of admission. Michael's got 2% of your portfolio in Broadcom. It's now over 12%. Michael, do you... we're going to go quick on some of these GLW. Michael, do you think about rebalancing? Actually, Jim Cramer, one thing he does is I don't think he recommends it for companies like that are dominant industry leaders. But if you have a stock that just shoots up to crazy levels, I think he says to take your cost basis out. That way you cannot lose money net, right? Yeah, it may go from way up to way down, but if you take out your cost basis, your risk becomes effectively zero at losing money. So yeah, obviously it hurts if I start with $100 and it goes to $1 million. and I take out my $100 and then the, $999,900, if that goes down to zero, yeah, you feel like you lost money. But a couple more and then we'll do the news because we got 15 minutes in. We'll go at the 20-minute mark, right? If anybody has comments on this for Aled, I did not see that GE Aerospace sold off, so I missed that. Larry Long, dude, silver is just it's killing me. It's killing me. I sold all my silver it was in between $18 and $19 an ounce a few years ago. And I had a couple golden eagles, right? Yeah, gold eagles. They're an ounce of gold from the government. I sold those at it was at like 19, it was just a shade under 2,000. Hey, that's what happens. Shannon says, how you make rational investment picks after you miss out on a Costco? FOMO can be misleading. Just you miss the opportunity, but sometimes, and I could be making this mistake now, and I'd love your guys' thoughts. Sometimes you think you missed it, and then it goes up. Pull up any long-term chart, right? When in doubt, zoom out, and you will see companies that if you look back 3, 5, 8 years, you'll see a little tick up, right? Because the further you go out, the less big it looks, but you'll see a spike up. And I'm like, I know there was somebody that said, I missed it. I'm not investing. I missed it. I'm done. Too bad. I'll wait for it to come down. And then it just goes up another 300% or something over the next 5, 7, 10 years. All right. It's almost to the news. All right. Dude, I love it, man. I won't go through all of them, but we'll just shout it out. If somebody's listening that you bought more Broadcom, Microsoft, Visa, Lockheed Martin, Home Depot, PepsiCo, Realty Income, Main Street Capital, McDonald's, Chevron, Sherwin-Williams, United Pacific, Ultra, Johnson & Johnson, and Procter & Gamble for your niece's trust fund. That is interesting, man. Very nice. All very solid. I felt like I was almost reading the who's who of SCHD up there. He's throwing a little jab about the book I'm reading. I feel like how to make money in any market, just dividends. Also true. Zap, dude, I just keep missing it. Yeah, they're in Gurnee. If any of you guys are in the Chicago area, I just passed a brand new one that was in Schaumburg. Yeah, it's on Schaumburg on Algonquin Road, right? Another Casey's. Dude, that was another one. Oh. And maybe we didn't miss it. Right? What if in the future it's at $1,100 a share and what's it now? 600, almost 7? Did we miss it? No. Right now, my uninvested cash is just, I'm trying to not let it sit too long. So there is, it's just in the money market fund at Schwab. But we do keep a lot of money in, we have an emergency fund, we have a travel fund, and then a lot of it I put in my taxable account. That's what I was going to say. All right, so. Oh, Michael, dude. Yeah, I looked at Rocket Lab, right? Like everybody else when it was going up and up and up and up. But I don't know. I still don't think they're profitable. Maybe we can touch on that real quick. And one of the trends that I've learned, just my own personal observation looking at companies like that, is if they are cash flow negative, what direction is that going? Is it starting to get better? Because then it'll eventually flip. And I saw that with Harrow Incorporated. Dude, that's probably true. Larry. Never too late to buy a good company. Right? Because a good company is a good company. We should own good companies. And the thing that I've tried to wrap my head around, and we'll do the news here in a minute. I've been visualizing this thought. The thing I've tried to wrap my head around is that when we see stocks at all-time highs, we feel that we don't want to buy. We feel we missed it. It's at an all-time high. all that tells us, it's confirmation that something is working. Something is going very, very right with the business. And Ryan and I were talking about, I think, Intuit and a couple other companies that have fallen. I get very attracted to companies that keep dropping and dropping and dropping because you feel like you're getting a bargain, a sale, but doesn't always work out. It means there's some hair on it. Something's not going right. The market isn't trusting it. You're going to have to pay up for it. But I don't know if pay up isn't right, but you're going to have to take more risk because it is on discount. I don't know if that makes sense, but so we will do the news. Eddie, welcome in because you came in, Eddie. Oh, look at TJX. Dude, yeah, if we get to it, because I'm getting a long list here and I don't want to bore the hell out of everybody. So, hey, how about this? Just before I do this, I want a few of your guys to tell me, because right now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7 tickers. And if I spend 5 minutes on each ticker, that's going to be the rest of the show. So I try to like you guys showing you Simply Safe and Seeking Alpha just to see what the quant rates it and the analysts. But do you know what I'm saying? I can't give it that much attention, but I don't know. Let me know. We'll just get into it and see what happens. All right. Boy, I love tea. IKEA tea. Who knew? This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is called Flat. It's FL with the umlauts JT. I don't know how to say that, but last time we were in IKEA, nobody tell the police here, but by the food court area, I swiped a couple packets of their tea. So I hope this doesn't, what is this? 2 newts? Adding you. All right. Anyway, Patel, thank you. We got Newt on the list. Let's look. Let's go to the land of the news. Hey, what happened to Kevin Burgess, man? I saw he was supposed to go live today, and then he didn't. I wonder if he goofed up the times like I did. Anything is possible. All right, news real quick, since I got a lot to get to. Your guys' time is precious. Mine is too. Oh, where am I? I'm already ahead here. All right, this is where we left off last week. Pause the video if you want to read this little blurb from Simply Safe Dividends in a little bit more detail. Anytime you see Outlook, we won't get to it, but it just means Simply Safe gave their own unbiased opinion on a company, and they refresh them for companies from time to time. One Oak. This is the one that gets me. One Oak. Ani okay. That's what it's going to be. Ani okay. Oh my God. Ani, are you okay? Are you okay, Ani? Raise the dividend 3.9%. So that's Ani Oak. No, One okay. I don't know. They could be undervalued. Do you guys own? Oni, I don't know. Now I don't even know what I'm saying. Valero. You know what I need to do? I need to give you guys more space here. I'm pulling a Kevin Burgess. Valero. Raise the dividend. Valero. So now you'll never forget that. Huh? Next time you hear Valero, you're going to hear Valero. 6.2% dividend raise. And it looks overvalued. L3 Harris Aerospace and Defense. 4.2% dividend raise. Looked at them years ago as a consideration, and I should have bought them. And a SLB.NV oil service company raised the dividend 3.5%, and they could be undervalued. I think we have one more here. 2 more maybe. Black Hills. That's the last one for this week. Dividend King raised the dividend 4%. 55th year annual dividend growth could be reasonably valued. All right, for Hess Midstream, my friend, I'll just give you the quick rundown here. Pause your video later, watch it back, whatever. Dividends 40 unsafe. And I think we've talked about this one with a few people. I think this is the one where I say I'm not sure why they give it an unsafe and they think it looks speculative. They raise the dividend very often. Yeah, it looks like it's at a good range. And come on, there you go, DCF. Yeah, their payout ratios are not bad. So DCF is what we want to pay attention to, right? Because they are in the oil and gas. It's an MLP, but you can read that for yourself. The DCF has been going up. I don't know why there's missing years there. They have incomplete data. So from what I can tell, Hess Midstream looks good, but why are they diluting shares so much? Margins are good and debt is a little bit high, but they're an MLP. So yeah, we'll see what. Let's see what they are on. What is this called? Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha, the quant doesn't give it a rating. Oh, no, it does. Hold. And on the left here for analysis, hold, sell, strong buy, strong sell. So it's all over the place for Hess Midstream. Then we had good old Newt. What is Newt? I have no idea. Hey, congratulations. The second unsafe rating. No idea what NewTek 1 is because it's a diversified financial service company. Business solutions, payment processing. So is it like a what is this, like a low income competitor to Visa or something? Well, I wouldn't buy it for the dividend growth, obviously. Frozen dividend. Yeah, this one's probably going to be very quick here. Let's see if anything get excited. It's a BDC. I gotcha. It's a BDC. Well, payout ratio is pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I'd need to know why. Sales are going through the roof. I don't know, Newt. Never even heard of it, so I cannot speak intelligently on it. The margins look, they look okay. Debt's not crazy, but let's see what's Newt on NewTek 1. You got a hold, a buy. The quant gives it a hold. So 7. I don't know if you guys are going for the dividend yield because that is 5.55%. I would rather just stick with one of the safer. I could do that. One of the safer BDCs that I'm more familiar with. Ares Capital. I'm buying Ares Capital below the net asset value of $20.01. I don't know Ferguson. It's Ferguson Enterprises, trading company and distributor. Is this water? Do they do? No, they don't have products, do they? They do, don't they? Yeah, they have like faucets, I think. Faucets. Newport News, Virginia. Oh, what did they get anyway? It's unrated. If you see an unrated dividend safety, oops, god dang it. I did it again. Sorry, guys. That's going back and forth between the two screens. So Ferguson, there you go. That's what I was talking about. I was like, wait a minute, something doesn't feel right here. Dividend growth, they cut it in the GFC. Hey, they've been growing a lot. So what are they, Canadian, I said? Looks solid. I mean, we're always going to need water, right? Would need to look into them a lot more. Sales are still going up like that. Buying back shares. Margins, again, this is going fast. Pause it. Just see if anything jumps out. Debt is not too bad. Very nice interest coverage ratio. So far, this is the most promising of all the ones that I've looked at. And let's see what good old Ferg gets here. Scott Fergus. No, that was Farkas. Shout out if you know who Scott Farkas was without looking it up. Get a bunch of buys. The quant gives it a hold. Is that a touchdown? Look at that. Jake Bobo. All right. Moving along. Ferguson, I would give a thumbs up so far. BAP. What is with all these diversified banks? Here we go. Bring it on over here. Credit Corp. Look at you guys go. 3.2% yield. Fast dividend growth. They did cut because of the pandemic, I'm guessing. Yeah, and the dividend is higher. There you go. You see the dividend is higher than where it was when they cut. Where are they from? What is that S? Oh, amounts in Peruvian soles. So you could have geography risk there because what do I know about Peru? A diversified bank in Peru? I don't know anything. So this one I would be way more leery about just because I don't know anything about Peru. I would like to visit there someday. So maybe there's some people here that do know about BAP, which I'm assuming this is what you guys are talking about. Credit Corp. Hey, look, the quant gives it a buy. And the analysts buy, hold, buy, buy, buy. And the last one was January 8th. So that is that. Couple more here. We're making our way through it. Is this Corning? Yeah. Oh, it's come up. I remember it being way down before. Something with the glass, right? Didn't they enter into an agreement with Apple? Yeah, long-term partnership with companies like Apple, Samsung, and Verizon. I think they make the glass for the tablets and the cell phones and things like that, amongst other things. But yeah, old company, right? When was it founded? 1851. Super old company. Compagnia. But they froze the dividend. Why? The dividend has not been raised in a few years. We would need to know why. Why? Ugh, it's gone way up. It does not look like a good time to buy right now, just based on the very quick things I'm looking at. And yeah, payout ratios come down, thankfully. I don't know. This is Corning. I mean, it's a company that we're always going to need. So maybe you want to wait for a pullback. Again, just not financial advice, just my random thought here. And debt's come up a little bit. Let's see what GLW. I hope this is going quick enough here. I don't want to take too long, but I want to go long enough. So there you go. The quant gives it a hold on Seeking Alpha. And everybody, all the analysts are giving it a hold constantly. So when you see this many holds, in my mind, it means that a stock is kind of like I am with Main Street Capital, where it's too good to sell, but it's too expensive to buy type of thing. And Rocket Lab, it's been a darling, right? And I heard an interview with their CEO, which sounded good, and here's the thing. The free cash flow per share, it was starting to creep up toward being positive, and now it's down. So yeah, really fast sales. I mean, they're growing like crazy, but they're still not profitable. They've still never made a profit for Rocket Lab. And again, hopefully a negative interest coverage ratio. So yeah, that would mean debt has to be creeping up, going up a lot, right? Starting to. Yeah, debt's starting to go up. And what about shares outstanding? Yeah, usually when you see a company that has negative interest coverage, they're diluting shareholders by bringing more money in the door to keep the thing going. So meaning that you have to pay the interest on the debt. If you don't pay the interest on the debt, it's pretty much game over. We're almost through. Rocket Lab. What does the quant give it? Hold. Yeah, and then with stocks like this, there you go. You get buy, sell, buys and sells, and strong buys and strong sells. So I don't know where it goes. I think it's everybody's putting the cart before the horse. Maybe everybody wants to get in, kind of like with Oklo. TJX, solid. And maybe I'll show you Harrow right before I come back. But yeah, TJX is just solid. And I can't believe it. I first looked at it in the 120s and said, I'll wait till the teens. Then in the 130s, I'll wait till the 120s. And then in the 140s. You see the pattern here? Now we're in the 150s. And I'm like, well, I'll wait till it gets back to the 140s. And it's just the pattern. And I recognize it, but very good company. and they cut the dividend from the pandemic. So I give them a pass for that black swan event. When before has the government told businesses like that, like, you can't be open, you have to shut down, and it's indefinite? Yeah, it just looks so expensive and overvalued. But this is TJX, great company. Buying back shares, sales just go up every year. Treasure hunt company. It's one that's at the top of my buy list along with Costco. Costco, the interest coverage ratio is out of this world. If anybody's just jumped on, I know I'm just rattling on here, but the interest coverage ratio is super important. And what that tells you is that Devontae Adams is down to the 1 and hurt. But if this is how many dollars of operating income a company has to cover every, oh, for Christ, I did it again. I apologize, everybody. This is what you get when I'm going so fast. And I know it's going to be in the comments that you can't see TJX. Trust me, very strong company. The interest coverage ratio here, $92.70 of operating income to cover every $1 of interest on the debt. You have to pay the interest on the debt. It's legally required. So I'll just do this for you. Go back up to the top with TJX so you can pause here and look at some of the metrics here. I swear I clicked the tab to share this instead. So yeah, just TJX, just solid. I know it didn't make sense when I was talking about it, but there you go. You can look at this for free from Simply Safe. Looks overvalued. And yeah, just there they cut the, I know I'm zoomed in. Anyway, TJX, super strong company. And then just to see, because I'm sure it's going to say hold over here on, yeah, hold. But the Wall Street analysts say strong buy. It's a hold. Again, too good to sell. Too good to sell. Oh, I've confused myself on how to say it. I don't know what I'm saying. Too expensive to buy, too good to sell. That's what it is. Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to take a sip of this. See what you guys have been rapping on about. That was pretty good, right? What was that? 10 minutes that I got through all that? What'd you guys think of my international video? Between you and I, it's the way the game is played, right? Don't hate the player, hate the game. You have to put strong statements on there where I came up with the number one international ETF pair. Is it? It's up for debate, but it's just the way it is. You get less people coming in the door if you're honest and you say stuff like potentially the best international ETF pair for you to consider, right? Nobody wants that. People want black and white. So yeah, no, it was a good one, Michael, for Corning. Solid company. Maybe we'll just wait for it to come back down a little bit. Jason Phoeber's channel. Yeah, good old Phoebes. What happened to him? He kind of pulled back from making content a little bit, right? Alien ad farm with the Oni okay. Oni okay, Annie. By the way, if you guys want some motivation, if you're kind of upset at the weather, read The Happiest Man on Earth. I put it in the newsletter by Eddie Jaku. He was a Holocaust survivor, lived to the ripe old age of 101. And man, what a story. What a way of thinking about the world, that if he can be happy, try to make the world a better place. You have no excuse not to. I'm guessing this is Corning, makes the best quality fiber optic cable preferred in data centers. Isn't there a photonic, right, where the cable uses photons to transmit data and it's essentially cools itself, where copper conducts a lot of heat? Wealth listicles. I don't know what wealth listicles is. Look at that up. Yeah, copper. It's in demand. It's in demand. Ah, that's a good one. See, and that's what you need to know when you look at these companies is what's under the hood. So if they have that single customer risk, that is big. So have you just not had the funds, Alan, by lacking putting money in your Roth and 529 plan? Just lazy? Or I'm not calling you lazy, or yeah, I guess is it you're forgetting about it, or nice. The witch tournament Nudie got better. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Well, that's crazy watching the deep end and this, Eddie. All right. Yeah, Scott Farkas, Christmas Story. Great movie. Capital One went up and it's come back down a little bit, right? So yeah, that's one I do remember hearing a while ago. Just at times, if I need something to listen to, I'll throw on the podcast or Mad Money by Jim Cramer. And I think it was like a year, maybe half a year or more. He talked about Capital One. So see, Capital One's probably gone up 10% since he talked about it, but nobody cares. Nobody will remember that. But Gorilla Glass. So Gorilla Glass is Corning then, right? So more information, Shannon. You're talking about Hess Midstream. Their single customer risk is Chevron, but Chevron is so strong. Yeah. See, this is why this is great. You know, I love you guys throwing this out there that Chevron also owns 33% of Hess Midstream and have taken over the long-term contracts from Hess after the takeover. That is very good. And yeah, that must be why I don't know if they gave do you know what? Since you guys are talking all up on Hess Midstream, let me just see if they gave a reason. No, they didn't. They didn't give a reason as to why it's got an unsafe rating. TJX has the highest dividend CAGR you have ever seen. There are some others that are much bigger. What was it? I think Visa might be higher. There's some that are just really out of this world, but let's see. TJX's 10-year CAGR is 15.7. I know you guys can't see this, but Visa is at 17.2. So there you go. Visa is almost 2% higher CAGR over the last 10 years. I think MasterCard might even be better than Interesting, Turbo. You don't buy international stocks. I only support the USA. By investing in a foreign stock, you're basically giving money to a foreign country. Yes and no. I mean, it's where the company is based and you're giving money to the company, right? And well, not even then. You're actually giving the money to whoever owned that stock, right? Because once the company issued the shares, whoever bought it, then you're just buying on the secondary market from anyone else. And dude, that's your prerogative. If that's what you like to do, perfect. But yeah, for me, I just want foreign exposure. We need the world, man. The world, no country that I'm aware of outside of North Korea can be, and even then, can be 100% hermetically sealed off from the rest of the world or any other country. I mean, look at your coffee, right? Try supporting the United States coffee growers. You can't, because we don't have the geography and the climate for it. So like in that case, like so I'm curious, Turbo. So if you buy products from another country, doesn't that also mean you're giving money to that country? Because if you buy Colombian coffee, yeah, you're giving money to them and then they pay taxes to the Colombian government. I don't know, maybe that's, hey, again, dude, I'm not, if that's how you want to roll, that's cool. That's how you do it. But for me, that sounds exhausting, but it's just me, dude. You know, that's not saying you're wrong. Nice. That's a good pair. SCHY and VXUS. Yeah, there's many ways to do it. Thank you, Michael. It really is one oak. I'm going to try to remember that. I always forget because I always want to say Onioke, and then I can't get it out of my head to not say Onioke. All right, what do you guys also got? Oh, was it? Which shows what I know. Was it Scott Farkas? I don't know, man. That's like the Mandela effect for me then? I swear it was Scott Farkas. Okay. I stand corrected then. I'm gonna take it as you know. So OBDC got an unsafe business too in Snowball. I think it was because of the type of business. Oh, Snowball Analytics, is that? Yeah, Visa's solid, dude. Visa's solid. Yeah, all of Bro's best performing companies are international companies that are based in the US. I get what you're saying. So you're saying that because they have business overseas. So yeah, I mean, but the dollars are still getting converted back, and you know, it's a real effect, right? When the dollar is weak, good for the other countries, and when the dollar's strong, not so much for our or the companies here in the United States because of the conversion back into our currency. So wow, interesting. So Turbo, you try to not buy. How does that go then? If okay, for instance, let's just say there's a trying to think of the bubbler, right? My kids like bubbler. What if one of the products, I'll just say sucralose. I don't even know this, but what if the sucralose was sourced from Japan? Like, do you go through all the ingredients and try to buy something so like, I mean, are you literally hermetically sealed in the United States? Like you want no business or dealings with any other country? That's interesting. Or I'm guess I'm saying, is it like they can buy from us, but you won't buy anything from foreign countries? I'm just curious how that's yeah, tea. Hey, I don't like, where did these tea leaves come from? I didn't pay for this IKEA tea. Is it stealing? I don't know. We bought food in the food court, okay? And I saw a couple tea bags sitting there, right? By the napkins and stuff. So I was like, oh, I'm going to try the IKEA tea. I'm here shopping. It didn't say, right? If they didn't want you taking it, they should have put it back behind the counter. So yeah, and I don't know if it would go to poop, Charles, but it would make things sometimes more difficult because, again, there are things that other countries can do cheaper or not at all, like bringing up the coffee. We can't grow coffee here. We don't have the climate for it. Pat, I don't know because it just went to a commercial and Cooper Cup scored. Come on, you got the internet right at your fingertips, right? Oh, I'm back a little bit. I'm almost there. All right, Turbo. Yeah, I asked if how deep he goes into the only buying the U.S. Two of the best performings for Alid are ASML and CNQ. Okay, yeah, ASML was a big one. Yeah, that's a better example than I was thinking of my bubbler, but exactly. So yeah, if you buy a Ford, obviously, what if there's a chip in there that came from Taiwan? You know. Jesus, Charles. The only thing the U.S. provides is alcohol, oil, and meth. It sounds like a song, man. I'm with you on that one, buddy. I don't buy new cars either, only used. And I guess you know what? The guitar is now from this. If you're talking about the one behind me, it's an Epiphone. Here, breaking news. And to people that don't play guitar, I'm not going to play it, but this, gosh dang it, Ben. I can't. You can tell. It's not a Gibson. In the world of guitars and music, this is a knockoff. And I don't know if it was made in the U.S. Probably should. I'm guessing it was, but yeah. Adam, never let it happen again, man. Just Just don't even bother. Gosh, get yourself some Portillo's and call it a night. Nice. I think I just, oh no, I didn't. Boy, that was weird. I swear I just spilled tea on myself. I guess I didn't. Must be hallucinating. But Portillo's, right? Has you guys seen that? It's freaking, it's up. What's going on with Portillo's? It's going up and up and up. It's not stopping. We're over $6 a share. I showed my wife the other day that we're up like $16 on our Portillo stock. We got 200 shares at $6. And my wife says, my friend, you can now take me to Portillo's and we can spend $16. And then I said, nope, because a few minutes later it was down to, we were only up by like $4. I said, I can't even get you a Polish sausage with that, a Maxwell Street Polish sausage. She says, look, I don't like Polish sausage. You know that. There's only one kind of Polish sausage I like. Yep, that's a good. And again, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, man, but yeah, it's up to everybody, right? And I know that there's people that don't buy American or don't buy this or don't buy that, and that's what makes the world great and the world go around. Is that you have to shop according to your principles and your morals and your conscience. Good game. Liberation Day. It's hard to buy toilet paper without Canadian content. Oh, that's interesting. Also with the with Canada, I think if Venezuela opens back up, that'll hurt the Canadian oil companies, right? Yeah, Walmart, Coca-Cola, Boeing, Clorox. It's not hard to stick with U.S. companies at all. Hey, beautiful, man, beautiful, and and they appreciate you doing that too. Look at this, dude. I don't think I'm gonna call you at Madzidus. First time we've talked, so dude, hello from Germany. I'd like to go there sometime. Someday we'll do a European mainland tour. I'd like to go to the Czech Republic. That's where my roots are from. Poland. My wife is has Italian, right? The Italians. And then we share Germany together. There he is. What's up, sir? Yeah, we were just talking about oh yeah, Eddie's on overload. Eddie's gonna need a detox, take a break. Oh boy. Good. Thank you, Ryan. Give me the assist. Yeah, what's everyone buying this week? Again, I'm well, that's cool. Did you ever get to meet Bing? Or no? You probably didn't get to meet. I don't know how old you are, Alan. We yeah, there you go. I might buy more VTI, but it's hard for me to show it because I have the 401k, I have the IRA, the Roth, yeah, the 401k, the self-directed IRA, the Roth, the taxable, two custodial accounts for my kids. I have their 529 account. We have our HSA. It's just money all over the place. So the beautiful thing is I'm always buying something at least from market related. And oh, dude, my wife with the VTI for her Roth. It just every week we bumped it up to $200 every Friday. So yeah, Shannon buying more SPYI VNQ. That's the real estate REIT, right? And VTI. Shannon, question for you. I hope I didn't blow out your eardrums, but I'm looking here. VNQ. Why do you prefer VNQ, which the Seeking Alpha Quant gives a sell? Why do you prefer VNQ over something like Realty Income or Agree Realty or one of the more my brain's like, don't say more bigger, don't say more bigger. more established dividend paying companies like a Realty Income? Just curious, because I know there's a lot of garbage in VNQ, but it's at the bottom where the garbage and the poop belongs. Yeah. Hey, we'll see, Vasco. Visa now, Prologis, that's a company that I know well. Prologis, I work at Prologis buildings. I believe I'll be working tomorrow afternoon at a Prologis building too, ticker PLD. They're everywhere. I love it, man. Look at you, Matt, buying more Hess Midstream, Visa, Skid, VTI, and VFIAX. VFIAX, I think that's the zero fee S&P 500, right? From Fidelity, I think. Try and get through these here. William, SCHD, SCHY, and SCHG, the trifecta of the SCHs, which I do know they have more. I just don't remember them all. Let's see, like almost. I didn't want to give it away. So it is, what point do I start? It's combined. It's not there yet. It's approaching the vicinity of that. But I started when we found out that my wife was pregnant with our first. And she's 18 now. And I think I started with $50 a month. And then when the second one came, bumped it up to $100 a month for each. And then some years ago did $150. So to this day, I'm still doing $150 a month into each of their 529s. So yeah, I didn't open up the 529 till I don't know, maybe like when the kids were very, very small. They were toddlers. And but I had a separate account, just like a regular old high yield savings account that I was putting the money in instead. So, ooh, Puka Nakua touchdown. Look out. What's AVA? Is that Avalon Bay? Let's see, AVA. Oh, Avista. It's a utility company. Never heard of them. I'll just let you guys here. I'm going to show you guys this because this is pretty cool with his AVA. I like that. Oh, come on. I can do it here. Show you guys AVA, Avista. He's down. Oof. Anyway, Avista, 65 safe, almost 5% yield. Look at how easy this is. Incorporated, it's one sentence. Incorporated in 1889, Avista provides electric and natural gas services to customers in parts of Washington, Idaho, Oregon, and Alaska, while generating power via hydroelectric, thermal, wind, and solar. Very easy to understand. Slow dividend growth, like you're getting that with a utility company, right? Kind of like a bondish proxy. And I know I'm going quick here, but yeah, man, never heard of Avista. Earnings payout ratio was a little bit high. So very interesting. I liked Duke Energy. I bought them a while ago and sold them, and then they blew up. That's why I say, man, if I'm about to sell something or you see me sell something, you make sure you buy it. Let's just see what the quant says. Hold. Everything gives it a hold. Interesting. Wow, look at that. Oh, stop putting money in. I'm not going to, Eddie. I mean, I guess when they're out of college, that's when I will. Because why not? It's already set up and it's just automatic. So just all the heavy lifting was done early on. So you want to start as early as possible. And I believe anyone can open up a 529. Doesn't have to, you can always change it later from what I understand. Make sure you verify this. But I believe like right now, if I wanted to, I could change I could change the 529 plan to my name from the kids. So yeah, the compounding has just gotten crazy. When I look at what I put in dollar amount and what it's worth now, it's crazy. I don't have those numbers readily handy. All right, I want to get to Shannon. He bought VNQ because the interest rate, you don't know which REIT will profit the most. Hey, again, man, that's cheers. I'll drink to that. You know, I wouldn't buy VNQ, but you know what? Could be a mistake. We put it in the line of long and ever growing list like Santa's of mistakes, but and Charles, I'll end with this, but yeah, dude, with the 529, I think it has to have been open for 15 years, but you can convert, I believe, $30 or $35,000 of it to a Roth, which, you know, if the kids don't go to college or if they don't use it all, if there's anything left over, that would be awesome. Then exactly, dude, exactly, you can convert it to a Roth. So beautiful. Yeah, if you guys want to, I don't know, man, pop in next time. We can look up SCYB. And Alan, I will end with this. You open your 529 plan in 2024. Your plan is to get it built up over the next 3 years and use it for your bachelor's. You know what? That's cool, man. Hey, it'll count. Hopefully it'll compound then. But the longer you could let it go, dude, the bigger it gets. My kids' 529s are a testament to that. I can't believe how much they've grown from what I put in. It's really phenomenal. So the most phenomenal thing, though, ladies and gentlemen, is you. Because you came, this is rude, pointing right at you. You guys are phenomenal. And I really do love that you shared everything. So, hey, go enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. And let's hope the week settles down a little bit. We got nicer weather ahead. Better days are ahead. So it's going to be a bright future. And I'm happy to be talking to all of you guys. So see you guys. I'll talk to you next time.